Hi, we are Software Brothers. In this present class, we are aiming to find out the power of a number just by utilizing our C programming over here. So let us do start our consideration over here. So to start with, we should start our code blocks, create a project, console application. This is C, and the project title is say the A. And inside the sources, we should include our much needed main.c or much needed addition over here. So to start with, we should include our main body of our programming over here. So we should include our base of our number and our exponent of our, and we should mention that as a variable, and we should also include the floating variable over here, which is power, which is equal with our 1. Okay, now we should take the base and the exponent as our input over here. So in order to do that, we should consider our printf line over here that will be displayed at the output part of our program, which is enter base. Okay, and after that the scanf line follows after that, which is scanf is our %d, and after that this one is actually referring towards our base. This is our base. Okay, similarly for our exponent part, we should also include the printf line over here, our enter exponent. The error has got the error. Okay, so let us do check. Ponent, we have got extra e. Okay, and similarly for the next part, we should include our scanf line as well in order to include or input this number inside our given program, and this one is actually referring to the exponent. Okay, now we should start our consideration over here. Say input as our expo, which is equal with our exponent. Okay, for that one, in order to calculate the power of the negative exponents, we should mention negative and positive exponents over here. So first we should start with our negative exponent. For that one, we should include our while the expo which is equal with our exponent. So you can utilize this expo at the place of our exponent over here. As you can see that we have made the input, or it has been declared as our variable over here. So you should consider this as our expo. Expo is less than our 0. For that one, what will be the formulation? So we should have included the another layer of consideration while expo less than 0, and inside this curly braces we should mention the much needed formulation over here, which is power, which is nothing but power divided by our base. Is not it? And the incremental factor will be considered over here, which is been considered as expo plus plus, which is means exponent plus 1 until that one is the correct way to do that. So this type of incremental do follows after that. Now for that next part, we should include the for our positive exponents, or in order to calculate the power of the positive exponents. So what is that? So this one is actually referring for our power of our negative exponents. Similarly, with the help of this same consideration, we should mention the power for our positive exponent as well. So what is that? While our expo that is greater than our 0, and once again we should include our another curly braces over here, and inside this bracket we should include our power, which is power multiplied by our base. Okay, and this one should be our decrement factor will be there, which is expo minus 1. Okay, so it is actually decreasing the looping numbers over there while considering the positive exponential factors over here. And after this curly braces, we should include our much needed printf line over here, because we need to display our answer over here, which is percentage d to the power our percentage d, which is nothing but our percentage f. So it may be considered that the answer may be in terms of our floating point number over here. So the first percentage d is actually referring towards our base, and the second one is our exponent. So this one is our exponent. The third one is quite naturally the power. Okay, so this is our total picture for our much needed consideration for our how to find out the power of a number over here. So in order to check our coding, we need to build and run our program, and we have got the error over here. You can see that we have forgotten to end this line of our exponent factor over here, so we should end our line. So once again, do build and run our program. You can see enter base, say the base is say the 2, and the exponent factor is say the 5. So 2 to the power 5 means 32 over here. So we have got the correct answer for this consideration. So let us do build and run our program once again, and let us do check our another number, say minus 5. For this condition, we have got the base as our minus 5, and the exponent is our 3. Now what is the answer? The answer is our, and this one has got the wrong error over here. I can see that. In our previous part, we have already considered this program over here. So at the end of our consideration, we have shown you how to build and run our program over here. And for the last part, we should build and run our program for the last time over here. Say for this consideration, we have got the base as 2, and the exponent is our cube. So what is that? The answer will be our 8. So you can see the answer is that has been displayed as 2 to the power cube means 8.00000. Hope you have understood our total analogy over here. If you still have any doubts, please let us know in the comment section for better understanding. Do like, do share our videos, and do subscribe our channel, and keep following our videos. And your valuable suggestion are always helpful for us. If you do have any type of additional requirements or queries regarding our analysis, please let us know, that because we do know that your valuable suggestions are always helping us to make our journey much more smoother one. So stay tuned with our classes and do follow our videos. So that's it. Thank you and goodbye.